Time for layout 4, and get your box out again. And the white paper, the white cardstock from layout 4, which is cut just slightly smaller because it's going to go on a border of black. So get your Sapphire shimmer brush because we're going to do this again. No stenciling on this one. Yay! I'm so happy. Stenciling looks great, but a little bit of a pain, eh? Well, but I gotta say, on this one, we do have something that is gonna be a big pain. We have to back that globe with a lot of paper. So that's gonna take some time on the first page of the layout. But in the meantime, sprinkle your page. See, mine's sprinkling much easier because I had, pressed the shimmer brush. Shimmer brushes do not really have to be squeezed hardly ever. It just flows nicely, so I only really do it for something like this. So let those dry, pause this video, and then we'll move on in about 5 to 10 minutes. We need to do a little more prep now on this thing, on your little globe. We're going to kind of do a stained glass effect. And if you look on your instructions, you're going to see there's lots of different papers that she has behind these. And so some of them are the leftover paper you had when you did your cutting for the whole thing. And other ones are PML cards. So we're just going to kind of stick them in the back and, go one at a time. So the first paper you're going to be looking for, you're going to need to, pause the video if you don't have your papers ready. But for this, you're going to need any of the leftover papers you had. And then the PML cards that I already showed you that you need. Okay, so this is the first one. This is one of the regular pieces of paper. And you're just going to cut it down. We're going to put it behind this first section here. So, lay it on the back and then grab your scissors. Which mine suddenly disappeared. And we're just going to kind of cut that down so that it's going to fit in here, and it doesn't have to be super neat. So, because it doesn't matter what it looks like in the back, it only matters what it looks like in the front. So I'm just going to kind of keep cutting that down until you have it. An easier way, I don't even know if it's easier. I think this is probably the easy way, but you could just trace these through it if you want to do that. But I don't know, I think this is probably the easier way, just to kind of cut it as you go until it fits there. But you could trace through, turn this over on the paper and trace it and then cut it out. But I don't need to be that neat. Okay. So I'm going to take my glue and go just around that edge of that first piece. And then I'm going to fit this on here so no parts peek through. And pretty much like that. And I've got I might have just a little edge there. Nope, it's not showing. So that's what it's going to look like on the front. Next piece is I think this is also regular paper, so it's the back side of that kind. We're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna kind of put that there and cut it at a curve up here. And then glue that all down. So it doesn't need to look pretty in the back. We just wanna cover up those spaces. So let me show you. See how that's looking? Looks really good. Okay, next piece is gonna be a PML card that we're gonna cut up. You don't want this part to show, but you want the brown to show. So I'm gonna turn that over. And again, that's just it needs to be kind of curved around here. You're gonna need the other half of that, so save it. Not that it matters much. You can really put any papers behind this that you want. So if you don't cut right or whatever, it's not going to matter. A lot of this won't even show. More the top will show and a little bit on the bottom. And I don't think we're going to do too much of the middle. I'm going to go with what she has, and then we can always add later if we want to. So now it's looking like this. So last one here at the top is going to be the little teardrop paper, you want to call it that. And so I'm going to just kind of tip it here, and again kind of cut with the curve of the globe, and then a little bit here. But you could trace them. Okay, and then glue that down. Like that. So the whole top is done in just a couple minutes. Like that. Next part. You're gonna take this PML card that I call it snowflakes, but it's not, it's really little compasses. And that's gonna be basically a little rectangle here. And that's gonna go to the left one. So I'm gonna turn that over. Yeah, I have to cut off just a touch more here. There we go. And glue. I'll just put that down there. See, since they don't have to be neat, it works pretty fast. All right, next to that is this PML card here. So it's going to be kind of a rectangle-ish piece there. And these, of course, can overlap in the back. It's not going to matter. You could also use regular adhesive here. I'm just going fast. Okay, maybe I'll use a little regular adhesive next. Okay, so that's there. And then next to that is going to be another piece of this blue. That's the regular paper. And I don't even think I need to cut it on that one. And then I maybe will do a little bit of regular adhesive here now that I've got some things laid down. And I don't even really have to cut it much because we just want it to fill the hole. Okay, lastly, on this side is this, it's the back side of the blue. So it's the, with the, all the little luggage stamps. And hope I'm not going too fast for you. Remember, you can always pause the video. But at this point, you probably are ready to get these done. No, I know. All right, now, over here, looks like a little of the brown. That was the PML card. Let me find that one. Is that the brown? Ah, so the back of the PML card here. So let me cut that. I think I can fit that there. Oh, did I cut too much? I might have cut too much. I think I did. So, see what I can do here. Just think I can fit it in there if I'm careful. Let me see. So if you cut too much like I did and it won't fit, then just pick a different paper. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna see if I can get this in there. Maybe this way. And the bottom half of this isn't gonna show, so I'm just gonna put at the top, and then I'll have a little bit of an empty spot there, but it won't matter because it's gonna be covered with the big compass. So you see I have just a little bit of empty spot there, but that'll be covered. So, okay, and then next to that is more balloon paper. Or balloon, teardrop paper. I don't know, somehow when I look at that one, it does look a little bit like balloons to me. I don't know why. So that's gonna go there. And let me just hold this up so you can kind of catch up. If you look at your guide, you can see now that there isn't any more until the bottom. So a little brown paper down here, which I think is that PML card, and then a little more of the balloon paper. So we're gonna go down to the second from the right. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of this, even though I cut up quite a bit. Doesn't matter which ones go down. This one's gonna be quite covered, so I don't need to put as much of it. But if you're worried about that, just pick some of the other papers. You got a lot of left ones. And let me see, I can't, yeah, I guess this also is about the same as this. So this is a PML card. I think she used that. But it was also the same as this paper, so I just used that. So you may be able to save that PML card. And then the last little bit here, see, I just put a little bit there. Last bit is another piece of the teardrop paper. So I'm gonna put that in there. I have to cut that quite a bit. To fit that in there. Because it's an odd shape. And we should be done. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it down with all the parts, and we'll see if we have to fill up any more of that stained glass kind of look. So if my little brown PML card that's kind of half cut there doesn't work, I might peel that off, but I think it's not gonna matter. Okay, so now let me see, I'm gonna grab black paper first, and then the white paper that we sprinkled. Let me make sure I'm in camera. Okay. Bring this down. And right in the middle. About a 1/4 inch from every edge. Like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna put, I believe she has this right across the center. So looking at my little Versamat here, it looks like somewhere between maybe 4, see, it's from the bottom of the black paper, 1, 2, 3, I'm up like 3.5 inches. I think that'll work. So if you want to get your ruler or your Versamat out, about 3.5 inches up from the bottom of the black cardstock. So right about there, and we'll just make sure we do the same when we do the second page. And line it up, and it should, oops, I didn't go all the way to the black. Gotta go to the black edge because this goes across the whole thing. Let me get that lined up again. At the, is it 1, 2, 3.5? Yeah, 3.5 all the way to the edge of the black. And that should line up fairly nicely. And that's why I thought they look like hot air balloons, because if you turn it that way, the way she has it, it kind of looks like hot air balloons. And then the top of that is going to be a zip strip. She only used 2 zip strips for this whole layout kit. And that's just going to go right on top of it. And we can lay down our big piece here, about centered. And let's just see, I'm kind of matching these 2 corners up to the zip strip. Let's just see what will get covered here. We've got a big mat here. Let me put my photo placeholder on it. I want to kind of line them up, and then we'll see if we need to cover up anything else in that globe. Because the way she has it doesn't necessarily mean the way that it will actually work for us, right? So I'm going to push this all the way down to cover my little brown spot there. And then, do I have my ruler handy? Yes. Okay, so that is approximately about 1/4 inch from the edge of the black, and then 2 1/4 from the bottom, but we may not leave it exactly like that. And then the suitcase goes here. That covers up one part, and the compass. Compass covers tons. And then the suitcase. So yep, we don't need really any more colors down there. And then the travel will just go up here over all of that. So I think we're good to go on that. So let's glue this down. I'm going to just straighten this up on my Versamat so I can try to be straight, and I do have my ruler here too. So one of the cool things about having a Versamat and a ruler is that you can go from one side to the other. Once you've got it lined up nicely in the little white square, then you can just go from like the 3 to the 3 or whatever. What did I say I was going to do it about? I didn't see, did I? About 2 1/4 up, right? 2 1/4 up. And so I'm just going to the 2 1/4 mark here, 2 1/4 mark here on the Versamat, and that will help me get this on straight. I'm just going to hold it down, and then I'm going about 1/4 of an inch from the white side of this. So it's about 1/2 inch from the whole thing, like that. The rest can go down wherever we want. So let's put this beautiful compass down. It is heavy, but I think regular runner tape will help, hold it. And it looks like she goes about maybe 2 inches from the bottom. But just cover up your pieces. Make sure you're covering these, any empty spots. And then, yeah, that's about right. And then here we go. I'm going to actually put that up on foam tape. And if we lay it down, it's actually going just a little bit to the left of the brown paper, the middle section of the globe. I'm gonna push it up a touch. And so it's going about 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the page altogether. And then this is going to be over my photo, so I'm not going to do the right hand side at all. I'm going to go about 1/3 over and do that. So once we got that globe done, the rest is fast. And you're going to need a little piece up here. So let's get skinny stuff. Isn't it nice to be able to cut just the amount that you want? I do love this tape. All right, get this put down. There are a few stickers on this page we'll do, and we need to do our travel word too. So I'm gonna do just a little bit to the left of the brown and about 1/2 inch from the top or the bottom of the white, and lay that down. Okay, cute. All right, we'll do stickers in a minute, so let's just go ahead with the travel. Again, I'm going to use my Versamat to help me line these letters up. So I'm going to put them about, let's see, maybe 1/2 inch from the top of the mat, which is around 7 inches on my Versamat. So I'm just going to kind of keep that steady there. Make sure that my Versamat is even. About 7 inches on both, and lay it across here. And then you want to lay those letters down so we can space them out nicely. looks like this L is almost going right to the end of the globe there. So she started over a little bit further because she's got a sticker kind of sticking off. So it's not going to be perfectly centered, I think on purpose. So if we get the L where she wanted it, and then just spread the other letters out, I think we will be good to go. The E disappears just a little bit, I can see. Let's move the R over a little bit, and the T over. And that looks like hers. So I'm gonna keep my ruler down there as I do these. And I'm just gonna pick one up at a time and put on the adhesive. And these could be popped up. She may have them popped up. Now I'm thinking maybe I will, because that's probably cuter if we do it that way. So let's pop them up, even though it's gonna be a little bit of a pain to do all of them. It'll be worth it in the end. And I just bumped my my ruler, so I'll make sure that I get that straight again. Just like that. Let me check my ruler. And I just want to kind of keep that in a stay straight line. But you could, you know, you can make them wonky too. You can go tip them slightly one way and then the other way, however you like it. Okay, that one's going there. Let's do the E. I'm running out of these, and I did go and get my order, and they weren't in them, so I guess they're coming in a different order. So we'll see if I have any left. So this will take a little bit of time. But because there's some dark colors behind the letters, that's another reason to bump them up, because you want to make it stand out and you don't want it to blend into the blue paper behind it. So, letter 2, nicely spaced. You can also use like these pieces to help you line it up, that white of the globe. Can also be something that you're looking at. Let's see if this is if it's wide enough to hold this. I guess so. A lot of times I'm to line these up right, I am looking for little helpers in the actual project that will help me line it up. That's why I love using stripe paper, grid paper, anything like that that helps me continually stay straight. All right, and of course your best friend, the ruler. Next, try to space them about the same. Here we go with the A. I don't have any left of that. So we're using the big one, and I might end up having to use some pop dots too, because I just am really low on this stuff. I go through it like water because I use a lot. But I'll tell you a secret. I get it all half price, because depending on our sales each month, we earn these half price items. And I usually get like 10 half price items. And I always use them on a tool that I will need forever. And adhesive is one of those things. So yeah, like something that I never want to worry about not having. So I use them on adhesive, and then sometimes like on blades for my trimmer, because I'd rather get them all half price. All right, let's see. Oh, I do have one more skinny one here. So I can be a little more generous with these because I am getting them for like $3 a piece, 3, 4. Some people use their 50% items on really big ticket items, but I use those elsewhere. All right, my ruler went off again. One more after this. I know this is the boring part. If you're just watching. If you're doing it with me, you're probably glad that I'm a little slow on it. All right, that's gonna go next to the A. And one left. And then it's just a matter of a few stickers and some dots. Just a little bit on each side of the T. Not using my non-stick scissors. Not very smart. I just grabbed the first thing that came out. All right. I always wonder, because I'm in an apartment, you know, I always wonder if these people that are walking by my door can hear what I'm doing in here. I can't really hear them out there, so maybe not. What is that person talking to themselves, or why do they sound like they're making a video? All right, there we go. I like it. All right, so there's travel, and we have a few stickers to do. So it looks like on the left-hand side, we've got some cross stickers, some plus signs. Big blue one. That's gonna go right above the stripe. I see she's got her letters a little bit higher than me, but that's fine. And then one of these little light blue ones. And if you can't get them straight up and down, just turn them. Okay, and we'll put some little gems there too, some dots in a minute. We're gonna do On Our Way, and that's gonna go across the letters. So since the letters are popped up, we have to pop this up too. But we don't have to pop the whole thing because some of it's gonna lay across the T. So I'm just gonna go on the left-hand side of the sticker and put the pop dots on there, and the rest will lay across. I'm gonna use this guide to help me put it on straight. I'm just lining it up with that and the blue paper too. And to the right of that on the A is this. Since it's already popped up on this one particular one, I'm going to just stick it right on the A directly. And then over here on the E is a little arrow, and that arrow is pointing to the right. So the one over here, and that's going to be right on the E, just slightly hanging off. And that's it for that top part. And now we're going to do Having a Great Time. I love these big stickers. So awesome. Now, you know what we're going to do with this. We're going to put some of it, because it's hanging over that. It's going to hang over just slightly over the suitcase too, it looks like. It'd be close. That's why she put travel up. So this is going to go a little bit more over the photo than I would like. So I'm going to put whatever I have left here across the top of the mat. Right on the mat, actually. Then I'm going to dust all of this off with some powder. And I will also add another roll of the tape too, if I can find some here. Get that all non-sticky. And let me see. Any left? I do, luckily. All right, and it's a thin one, which is helpful. So at the top of the sticker will go this one, And the bottom of the sticker will be one we don't take the paper off from. Did we figure out a good word for the paper that keeps it sticky? I'm just gonna kind of fold this, mold it to the size of the sticker there, and the curve of the sticker. Let's get this back into camera frame. So this one, we take it off. So if you haven't done this yet, maybe lift your letters a little bit more, but I'll just put it right across here. Like that. So I can see those letters would look better just a touch higher. All right, anything else? Yep, stickers down here and some dots. So down here, another one of these plus sign stickers, right about there. And then one of the little light blue ones. And then let's get our dots. And a piercing tool, or use your fingers on it. Let's see what we got up here at the top. Large dot right on the globe. Medium one over here to the left of the plus signs. And the little one up on the upper right of the light blue plus sign. Down here, big one on the globe, and then medium to the right of the dark plus sign, and the little one to the left of the light plus sign. And I think that is it. You see, that page looks great. All right, we'll move on to the next page. We have the smallest bit of prep for page 2, and you're gonna need your trimmer. And then you're gonna grab this PML card, Picture My Life card. And we're gonna cut that down to 3 by 3. So it's already 3 this way. So we just need to cut it to 3 the other way so that it will fit in the mat. And I believe that is the only prep for this page. So we will just start moving right on. Get your pretty sparkly page, and we're going to attach it to the black. All right, get this centered so I can see it, because it's dark on my Versamat. So I like that nice little white outline that they have there. Just put it in the center, 1/4 inch from the edges, approximately. Okay, now remember before we put this down, so I just want to make sure it matches up. So I'm going to grab my first page. Even though I can measure it, it's just going to be nice and easy to do this and make sure that it's perfect, going right across that same spot. So I've got them nice right next to each other, and I'm just going to match it right up. Oop, I want to go all the way to the edge of the black. Good, just like that. All right, we can set that aside and move on to the zip strip piece. And that goes right on top of it. I'll just edge it right up to it. Okay. Then the rest is easy. Put in there, and we need some mats, and so I'm going to put my photo placeholder down first on it. Like that, and the other one too. Now I'm at it. And both of these are going to go on the left side. So let's give a good estimate. Because, what did she say? Yeah, I don't see any measurements for this, so let's just try to center it. So I'm gonna just look at my Versamat here. You could do the same thing with your ruler. And let's say if I put it at 11 inches down and 1 inch in, and put this at 1 inch up and 1 inch in, would that give me enough room? Yep, she does it a little bit closer. So let me go 1.5 inches up and 10, and at the 10.5 mark here, yeah, that's probably where she wants it. So for those of you using a ruler, that is from the very bottom of the page, that is going to be, looks like, ooh, it's not quite, it's maybe, we could do like 1.5 inches is probably good. 1.5 inches from the bottom of the page. And it's 1.25 from the bottom of the white. And then I'm going in about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch from the black, from the edge of the whole page. So from the bottom of the black, 1.5 inches. Yeah. And then 3/4 of an inch in. And then we'll just put the next one. Look like she's got it about there, so I'm just gonna call that another 1/2 inch from the top of that mat. Hold your ruler steady and get that down, okay? Then on the other side, let's do the same thing. Let's go about 3/4 of an inch from the side. So I'm gonna turn it and go to the 3¼ inch mark. Oh, did I say 3/4? Yes, 3/4. So there's, it's so hard to see on this. I'm gonna move my Versamat because black on black. It's just a little bit harder there. All right. Let's go to the 3/4 mark, right at the edge of the black. And then we need, this mat is gonna go up here, and this mat's gonna go down here. She has them, of course, further down. So I'm saying that looks like about the 1/2 inch mark. Let me check that. 1/2 inch from the black outline, and let me see if the other one fits neatly in there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So let's go 1/2 inch from the bottom of the page and 3/4 inch from the side of the page. We'll just make our own measurements, Jennifer. All right, so where's my 1/4 inch mark? Right there. Oh, I wanted a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch from the bottom of the page. I'm off 1 inch. Let me move this. And 3/4 of an inch in. So that's the 1/2 inch mark right there. And then up here the same. 1/2 inch down from the top of the page. Right there. And then that we put in the center. Right between them. Just center it the best you can. I'm gonna go about there, so we're talking about another 1/2 inch between them. Close enough. All right, turn it back. Let's get these on. The top one is the PML card. Just like that. Looks great. In the middle is going to be our camera. We'll do that in a second. Let me put my photo placeholder. There. Yep, and then there's a white piece that you cut. And that goes to make that camera pop out. Like that. And then, remember I told you I broke my camera? See the crack? Stupid. That was really stupid of me. I see this is popping up a little bit. All right, so yeah, I'm leaving the crack in because I'm not gonna make that whole thing again, and nobody is gonna care. Lots of adhesive because this is a heavier piece. Could also use your red tape if you wanted to. And another thing, because it is, you know, because it has all that liquid glass on it and it curved quite a bit, the more adhesive the better to just get it flattened down there. All right, right-hand side decorations. We've got the word landmark right here. So this one I'm going to pop up. So I'm going to kind of do a half and half type of thing with my tape, whatever I have left here. That one's empty, that one's empty. This one is thick. Let's see if that will work. That one's empty too. I had one more, okay. So this one, I'm going to do about an inch on the mark side, because that's gonna go over the photo. And we will not take the sticky stuff off for that. And then about a half an inch on the other side. And I will take the sticky stuff off of that. So the left-hand side has the sticky stuff, and the other side will lay over the photo down here. Let me get that a little closer for you. And then we've got some stickers down there too. Some more of these plus signs. Here's one. And it's gonna be one big plus sign next to the landmark word and two little light colored plus signs. One just to the upper right of the plus sign, and where's my other one? One to the lower right of the plus sign. Let me get that close so you can see that better, like that. And over on the left-hand side, we're going to use the Adventure Begins. Now, just because she used certain stickers doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and use some of the other ones that are on there. So, you know, you've got some left there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, except this time it's almost 2 inches worth of tape without the sticky. I'm not going to take that paper off. And then I'm going to kind of put it over here so I can fit it in right here with this sticky. And we'll just flip it over. And remember, boy, this is really close to the edge, isn't it? I'm gonna have to cut that a little bit more. Remember that once you get your photos down, you can attach these down better if you want. So just like that. There's no stickiness on the photo. And then she's got a little arrow there. That's this one. And it goes right to the left of it. That's fun. Oh, she covers the word the. Interesting. So cover that word the. And then I think we've got photo op. Did we miss? We didn't miss, she didn't use that big, are we there yet, did she? I don't think she ended up using that on any of it. Well, that's interesting. So that will be nice for another page, right? Plus you've got these borders, the sleep mask, the backpack, the travel guide and stuff. So it looks like you've got a lot of different things you can use on one more page that you can invent. So let's go with the photo op. And that's gonna go in the same kind of situation, except this time we're gonna put on the left-hand side of the sticker, we'll put the one that's not sticky, about an inch. And then on the right-hand side, we'll go right off here. And that's just gonna go right near the camera. I'm gonna lift it up just a little bit higher than the camera there, because that camera is the star. So don't take this paper off of the side, and just let that lay over like that. Okay. Let me see. Don't want to mess up since we're on the last one there. Just the dots. Okay. So grab your dots. I had 2 left on this one sheet, and I accidentally lost one of the little ones, or I would have had the perfect number. So up here, large, to the left of it, medium, and oh, I guess I would have still been 3 short. Huh. And oh no, because she only used those. So yep, I would have just the right number if I hadn't messed up that and lost one of those little ones. So that is it on that. So let's look at the whole page. There we have the left-hand page and the right-hand page. These are heavy. I hope you guys had a good time making these. I love making Jennifer stuff as much as I complain about it. They always turn out so pretty and are totally worth the extra time. So thanks for coming to Creative Design Studio.